where the suspect, we believe a woman, was trapped in a cul-de-sac and then ran into several patrol cars. And once again, we believe one deputy may have been injured. The extent of those injuries are unknown. Now, the suspect stayed in the same area here for the last couple of moments. We're south of Commerce. We're to the west side of the 710, and it has been driving at a high rate of speed in and out of parking lots. And when the suspect gets cornered, it gets extremely dangerous. We'll open up out of the shot just a little bit and show you. There are patrol cars behind this individual, and it looks to me like LA County Sheriff's deputies are going to stay on this. She's driving erratically. It doesn't appear that she has control of the vehicle at all times. So as you mentioned, possibly drugs or alcohol are involved here. But because this suspect has already injured possibly one deputy, we know someone was injured. I believe I heard on the scanner it was a deputy, and then also ran that vehicle into several patrol cars. More than likely, they're not going to back off on this pursuit. We're eastbound now on Slauson, getting close to the 710 freeway. Suspect's been on the 710, on the 5, speeds up to 80 miles an hour. We've been hearing some chatter about a spike strip possible. That will be more possible if the suspect stays in one area. But boy, erratic driving into some of these parking lots, fill up next to restaurants, next to shopping centers, and certainly pedestrians could be out walking on the street. Very dangerous. Now, if we open up a little bit into an industrial area, we may come up on a situation once again, Philip, where the suspect is trapped with nowhere to go, because at the end of this street here, it looks like you can only continue for so long, and then you're going to be in a situation where you cannot get out. Now, making that right turn right here, I think the suspect is going to be trapped once again. And I can't tell from here if she can go inside the structure, but it looks like, oh, she's making a run for it. So at least as far as the danger to the public is concerned, this thing appears to be over with the vehicular pursuit. Now they have that suspect, unknown if she's armed or not, inside this structure here, this commercial building. We might be able to read out front real quickly what the business is. I'm not certain to come up with an address, but she ran inside. She's inside the business right now, and deputies are in the process of entering that structure. Looks like Tacoma, USA, if I read that correctly, Philip.
Well, and not only, Scott, did we have the potential injury to a deputy and the ramming of vehicles, the law enforcement, there were several occasions, and even right now we watched the pedestrian traffic just out and about. There were several near impact with people who are just simply out walking about. So this has been incredibly reckless, incredibly dangerous, but it does appear as if they've at least got this person cornered. And now you see onlookers, maybe employees of that business, who spotted her or him run into that building. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and then clearly the damage to the van, you can see how many times that person ran into somebody.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. She is inside. They've surrounded the building. They put units to the back of this building immediately just in case she's able to run through and come out the back. So LA County Sheriff's deputies have her surrounded. It looks like more of a standoff now. It's going to be impossible for her to get out of that structure right there, out of this business, without deputies taking her into custody. Right now, though, we've seen a lot of employees run out of the business. So it's unclear if she is armed at this point in time, but they have to assume that she could be, and that's how they're going to handle this. I think we're going to see more employees coming out of the business as time goes by. They're just going to get everybody out just in case they have her cornered, just in case things escalate. If she does have a weapon, they want to make sure as many people are safe as possible. But we did see her run inside there, Philip, and for now we have a standoff between LA County Sheriff's deputies and the suspect. Said to be a female. I couldn't tell for sure when that individual ran out, but it appeared to be, from the information we had, that it was a female. And it looks like Sheriff's deputies now are checking the van to make sure that no one else is inside there. You just never know in these types of situations. Look like that may be locked, and they may have to open it up from the cab. But we'll open up a little bit wider just to show you, just in case we start to see activity in the back, and we see that the suspect has made it through and is trying to escape out the back of the building there.
Well, it's almost as if watching those deputies clear the van as if they might have the person in custody inside as well. So I would assume if the person is in custody, then they'll clear the van. But it seemed as if that person was their focus. It looks like they're clearing the building as well. So they're going to have to clear from Takaya, USA, so whatever they're doing in there. But Scott, they were right behind her when she ran in. So I can't imagine, unless the person is incredibly familiar with the building, they're going to have a whole lot of places with that many people on the left as well that person who ran in there, they're going to know where she went. Looks like they've got her right there. So, yeah, they were clearing it's a him.
It's a man.
Yeah, so he went in, and then they needed to clear that vehicle as well.
Yeah, they have the suspect in custody. I'm pretty certain that's the individual. Initial information sometimes is just so difficult for us to get accurately because we hear so much of it, and even deputies thought that was a female at one point in time, but now it appears that it's a male. In custody. They did evacuate the building. There was only one individual, they believed, in that van that's open, not far from here in the pursuit. But at this point in time, the suspect is in custody, and we'll try and get more information on those injuries.
Well, we do know that they were near Roosevelt Park, and then there was also another incident where they tried to hit a person tried to hit about 5 vehicles. We have the end of the pursuit very quickly, and we can show you that to you one more time. Again, the pursuit is over, but this is how it ended. The van coming to this warehouse, jumping out. The suspect ran into the building after multiple incidents where people were potentially hurt. One officer we do think might be injured because they called an ambulance for that deputy, but multiple pedestrians throughout this chase were very near this driver who was running red lights and going through parking lots. So their pedestrian traffic was at risk with this chase. But now it is over. We've shown you one more time the suspect getting into custody. Scott Reif has been in Air 7 HD following this. Thank you very much, Scott. But we're going to wrap up our coverage with this, and we will return you to regular programming.